What's up everyone, it's Slow here. I hope you're doing amazing. And well, today I'm going to talk about something that I think is extremely important for anyone that really is in that pursuit of getting things done. And so if you're here watching this video, you already know what I'm going to talk about, and maybe you feel identified with the kind of person that struggles with perfectionism. So I'm going to talk about and give you some tips in which you can find yourself doing something productive out of those moments in which you feel that perfectionism is pushing you backward in the process in wherever you want to strive in. So first of all, I want to start saying that it is very common for us, especially creative people or anyone, any kind of people that works constantly in the content creation industry or in any kind of industry that requires you to get things done. So my first tip is going to be push yourself to do things without you getting into this loophole of thinking, is this good enough, is this or that. It is very easy for us to get stuck in a part of a process just because we thought that something didn't go right and maybe that it could have been better and whatever. But the truth is that if we stay there, we're gonna be much less productive and we're gonna get things basically not done. So that's really what we do not want to happen, especially when we're trying to be productive. So whenever you feel that your own thoughts are pulling you away from getting things done and from actually finding success on what you do, you gotta accept the fact that most of the times you're just not gonna be completely satisfied with whatever you do, and you gotta feel okay with that, because it is very easy for us to just get stuck on the thought of things needing to be perfect before we release them or whatever. For example, in my case, whenever I'm trying to make music and stuff like that, I really try to focus on whatever I'm doing, and it doesn't matter if I'm stuck in a little thing or in a small detail, whatever. I just keep it up and I try to push myself forward into the process, and then maybe I'll come back to that later after a couple of hours in which I've spaced out a little bit on those voices inside my head telling me to stop doing it and whatever. So I instead of actually listen to those voices, I just say, alright, I'm gonna keep things going, and then maybe later I'll just go back to that. And most of the times I find out that things weren't really that bad at all, and I can actually see how much I actually progressed rather than just stay stuck on that loophole. So that's my first tip. Second of all, relating to my actually daily basis of what's going on in my life, which I know this might sound a little bit differing from whatever the topic is, but lately I've been working in so many projects that sometimes I even forget about thinking of things needing to be absolutely perfect to work. So for example, with my musical collective, in which many other artists take part in, we're actually striving to make content and make music monthly, and challenge ourselves to get out of our comfort zones and actually do something, rather than finding excuses to just not do that we to not do whatever we want to do. So that's something that I found extremely powerful, especially since I started doing these kind of videos, because I used to find excuses as to why I shouldn't be doing these videos or how I could do them better. But at the end of the day, by doing that, I was doing exactly the opposite thing that I actually wanted to do. So instead of getting shit done, I just didn't do anything, and I just gave up, and maybe didn't put much mind on whatever I was doing, so I just left it behind, and things didn't end well. That's why you can see that most of my uploads in the last years and months, they have not been consistent at all. So that's why I'm trying to make a daily video to, you know, get a little bit accustomed to this sort of workflow, and, you know, until to the point in which I don't even have to think about the struggle that is entailed by making these sort of videos. So yeah, I mean, enjoy the process, just like you would do with anything that you actually find leisure in, or that you actually enjoy in, or spend in your free time, whatever. But do things. I mean, get out of your comfort zone and really ignore those voices that are constantly telling you to wait until the perfect moment comes in. I mean, the worst things that I you know, regretted the most in my life were those that I didn't eventually end up doing. For example, if there's someone that you really want to meet, or there's this girl or this guy that you really like, and then you find out later on that, I mean, like a couple of months after that, just because you didn't actually talk to that person, they ended up with someone else. That's the same thing with the things that you do by yourself, you know. So you just gotta know that the perfect moment is right now to do whatever you want to do, because you don't even know if tomorrow you're gonna be alive. Maybe, I don't know, for some really weird reason you just spontaneously die or whatever, you know. Nobody knows when they're dying. So at the end of the day, why not doing the things that you really want to do right now? Because we're always constantly, you know, trying to plan things until they seem so fit for the moment, but the truth is that things are never gonna align to your conception of what perfection is. So at the end of the day, the truth is that we still gotta try our best regardless of what's going on, and acknowledge that even the small imperfections are the things that make us great, and the things that give personality to whatever we do. I mean, I'm not saying that you shouldn't try your best and try to get as close to perfection as you can, but don't let that stop you from actually getting things done. So yeah, that's basically it. I'm gonna show you a couple of videos that I recorded today in one of my sessions with the collective, so that you can see a little bit of what I'm doing, so you can see, like, you know, how even if we're not where we feel the best about ourselves. So for example, when I'm DJing, I actually just started this year, and, you know, I'm trying to learn and to do my best. So yeah, I mean, I'm just literally putting myself out there, even if I feel like I'm not the best at it. But that's how things start. Even the greatest ones, even the greatest people have started by scratch. So there you go. I mean, there's really not any reason for you to be let down by your own thoughts, basically. So that's pretty much it. I really wanted to make this video a little bit shorter, but, you know, doesn't really matter. I mean, maybe I might have missed some things, whatever. But yeah, as I told you, don't strive for perfection. Strive to be constant on whatever you're doing, and you'll eventually find results. So yeah, guys, with that said, I really hope you liked the video, and see you on the next one. Take care, guys.